now wants to be a domestic violence advocate when he gets out of jail. Diddy's lawyer, Alex Shapiro, is one of Diddy's many lawyers that have been doing interviews all of a sudden talking about Diddy's sentencing, his potential pardon, and so on and so far, which I'm pretty sure is PR. She said Diddy is really wanting to be an advocate for domestic violence abusers. But the most important thing that she said is that they're going to put it in Diddy's sentencing hearing motions to argue on his sentencing. Cassie first came out with his lawsuit that Diddy settled in 24 hours. He was saying that even though he settled, none of her claims were true until the Intercontinental Hotel video came out months later on CNN. I'm sure you guys all remember that's when we got that sorry excuse for an apology video. He didn't even say sorry to Cassie directly. He was only saying sorry to the public. Diddy's whole argument, even during his trial and in sentencing to get a lighter sentence, is that this domestic violence happened a long time ago and that he's a changed person. And this same argument should be thrown back at Diddy and his lawyers, because if you're claiming all of this happened years ago and that you've been a changed person, why are you just now, during sentencing, wanting to be a DB advocate? A few people that are claiming that they were involved in violence by the hands of Diddy are actually speaking out after his lawyer gave this interview. Some of these people saying things like, how are you even going to counsel other people when you've never put in the work yourself? Another person stating, Diddy is making a mockery of the system, and he's making a mockery of all of the people that he's abused. He needs intervention himself. The fact that Diddy's lawyers are really going to argue this in his sentencing motion, in my opinion, is not the greatest idea, because the judge already said, I am denying Diddy's bail because of his violence. Judge even brought up, Diddy, when you knew you were under investigation, you were still participating in violence in 2024 with Jane. Another thing that Diddy is going to try to use in sentencing is letters from friends and family. Diddy's lead attorney, Mark Agnifilo, has stated that his friends and family have submitted letters on behalf of trying to get a lighter sentence for Diddy. Based off the way the judge is ruling on some certain things recently, I'm sure that we are going to know exactly who these people are or what their letters say when they submit these letters in the court docket. No, Judge Subramanian has just said recently to the government that he basically wants them to stop making certain information that they're putting on the docket now redacted. Because he said the party should not expect any submissions made in connection with the upcoming sentencing will be sealed. Everything should be filed on the public docket. We know these will probably be the same type of letters that Gina Huynh submitted for Diddy trying to get him out on bail, but obviously that didn't work because the judge said, no, I already told him once that I cannot let him out on bail because there is evidence of violence and coercion in this case. What I found very interesting is Tasha K came out with her own allegations about the time when she sat down with Gina Huynh in 2019. Tasha K came out and said that the reason why Gina Huynh wanted to do the interview with her in 2019, where we heard Gina Huynh saying that she was abused by Diddy multiple times, was because Gina got cut off her payroll. Tasha K said that Gina told her that she got cut off the payroll and Diddy put Lori Harvey in her place. So Gina wanted to expose Diddy. And after she did that interview, the next day, Diddy would try to make it right with her and he put her back on payroll and then they were fine. What Tasha K alleged next was even crazier. Tasha K said that right after Cassie Ventura's lawsuit dropped, Gina Huynh called her again and said that I want to do another interview with her, but she kept pressing her saying, but you have to pay me for it. I need money. Tasha K said, I never pay for interviews. She said, I didn't even pay her for the last one. So it was coming off really weird to me and I didn't understand it. Tasha K even alleged that Diddy knew when he was being investigated by the feds after Cassie Ventura's lawsuit dropped, because some of the people that would tell him was people like Gina. We know that Gina Huynh was victim number 3 in Diddy's criminal case. Tasha K said because of all of this, she feels like Gina Huynh only reached out to her begging her to do an interview, but to pay her because they wanted to set it up like Gina got paid to lie on Diddy. I do have to say the timeline of what Tasha K is alleging is pretty crazy, because if you go back to the blogs, they were catching Diddy refollowing Gina Huynh on December 18th of 2023. That was literally just a couple weeks after Cassie dropped her lawsuit. And all these blogs were talking about how Gina had Diddy blocked since 2022 after that big dispute with her and Young Miami. Like I said, the internet lasts forever, because here's Gina Huynh talking about how she blocked Diddy after the altercation with her and Young Miami. Now, Tasha K said that she told Gina during that phone call something just doesn't feel right. She was not going to pay her any money, but if she wanted to do an interview, she would fly her out, she would pay for her travel. And Gina allegedly told Tasha K, no, I'm already in Miami, let's just meet up. Tasha K said at that time, she was like, wait, Gina, the only thing that would make sense for you to already be in Miami is if you're with Diddy. And there's another thing to kind of go with what Tasha K is alleging, because in Jane's testimony against Diddy in trial, she said that she wanted to break up with Diddy because Diddy was messing with Gina Huynh. Jane testified that this argument that she had with Diddy wanting to break up with him over him messing with Gina happened after the video was released that Cassie talked about in her lawsuit. So yes, the mess isn't even close to being over when it involves Diddy, but I can't say that I'm surprised. But y'all, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.